limit. No limit! Yes! Come on! You want to give it to it? We just finished off watching Khamzat versus DDP 319. Guys, immediate reaction. Let me start off with you, Sultan. What did you think of the fight? Did it go how you planned or predicted?
You know what? It was a very one-sided, dominant performance by Khamzat. Although I did expect him to get the submission, which I'm slightly disappointed that I did want the submission. Yeah. Of course, it was so one-sided, man. You can see the scorecard. I think it was 50-44. Was that?
Yeah.
So one-sided, but well, yeah, you can't say more than that, can you, man? It was dominant at the end of the day. But I wish he got a submission, and I just felt I would love to see a bit more of a transition on the ground. I feel like he was stuck in two positions, you know, the crucifix and, you know, throwing the little hammer fist, and on the back, trying to get his hooks in and take the back. I would have liked to see a bit more transition than what you see from like someone like Islam and Khabib on the floor. But yeah, man, what can you say, man? He just dominated someone who's beaten the best fighters back to back in the weight class, and he's made it look so easy. So yeah, brilliant performance, man. I'm gutted, but yeah.
And then how would you sum up that performance by the new champ?
You know how it was, man. I was feeling nervous just before the fight.
Not just
throughout the fight.
Me, all of us were nervous because we was like, yo.
But I didn't expect that kind of domination, man. Yeah. I was surprised, man. I thought DDP would have more resistance, but Chimaev steamrolled him. But again, I do agree with Sohan. I thought he could have put the icing on the cake by a submission. It would have been nice. But
it's true.
Then again, I do feel his critique was he doesn't have cardio, and he proved it. 5 rounds. That's the other side of the point. He dominated it. He showed he has cardio.
Jay, sum up the fight. I know. In the prediction video, Jay did say DDP would win.
Let me get into that. Let me get into that.
I think you just played the villain role, man. I think.
I think my role there was to go against the contrary and just be a bit different, because there was 3 people that was saying Khamzat, but I did actually think Khamzat was going to win.
So what would you now sum up the performance of Khamzat?
That was the best Khamzat performance, I think, like in his whole career. I don't think I've seen a challenger dominate a champion that well. Like, it was crazy, and I don't think anyone beats Khamzat like, at all. Like, I'm hearing Usman like tweeting about wanting to fight again or something, but I don't think.
Oh, did he say that he wanted to fight?
Has that come through probably recently?
Like a couple of minutes ago. I checked.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I think.
Usman wants to fight.
Nah, he can't. He couldn't get a title shot, man. There's a few people with the line. I don't think that's unrealistic at the moment.
But I don't see anyone beating him at the moment. I think that middleweight title is his like for a long time.
Sen, what's your take on the fight?
My take is we did have a prediction episode where I did say this will be Khamzat's easiest fight. Yes. Easiest fight. But when I did say that, I thought he would finish him.
Yeah, same.
Catch him out, submit him. But to do it over 5 rounds and 10-8,
crazy.
I think some of the rounds were 10-7. I think
they were so man. So one-sided.
If you're controlling for over 4 minutes, what else is? Come on, make that 10-7.
There was zero resistance.
I think Anand said it's a 10-0 at one point.
I mean, if there was a scoring for 10-0, 4 rounds would definitely have been 10-0.
You know what, man? To give props, man. You know, DDP. To be put in a crucifix, I think it was Joe Rogan was saying it. To be put in a crucifix and just be hammer fist, I don't know, like 200 strikes in the first round. That's bold. That can demoralize someone to come out in the next round, and then you go through it again and again. So I'll give him credit, man, but it was so one-sided. Like, I don't know what his step is. There's definitely not a rematch. It
was so one-sided. We're critiquing what Khamzat could have done better. That's mad.
There's nothing else.
He 10-8'd every round. Why didn't he get the submission? Islam is a better submission artist. Khabib is a better submission. That's how good he was. We're complaining about the guy that won.
I know.
More than the guy that lost.
I think I wanted him to
get the icing on the cake.
A bit more.
Like you said, it was complete dominance.
Aaron, you was going to add something.
I was going to say Merab is doing the same thing, but we never critique that. Saying, why doesn't Merab submit?
Good point.
Do you know what? Merab dances a bit.
Yeah.
He does a bit of the
a bit flary.
That's a good point. You know, the exact same. Nothing different.
Yeah, nothing different.
It's a good point. It just shows you some of the. I think it's more in the fan fans have their own opinions on certain fighters, or whatever the reasons may be. So you get that kind of. But I like Khamzat's style. I think it's quite eye-catching and pleasing and whatnot. And you know, DDP ain't the easiest guy to pin down, man. Like, he's a big unit, and that's where I think, like, you know, we could probably move on to the next thing you might want to ask is what's the next for?
Yeah,
it's like,
had DDP had won this, he was gonna go down as the middleweight GOAT.
Probably,
he
man.
was gonna go because he would have beaten Strickland twice,
Adesanya,
and getting Khamzat on his list.
That resume is crazy.
Now, Khamzat has won this, and there should not be no rematch because
it can't be. Not right now, anyway.
So, what I would say is, if you're Khamzat now, do you have someone in mind, or do you?
I don't think Khamzat chooses necessarily,
I don't think he cares.
Unless it's a super fight again. You know, there was a small talk about the fight at welterweight with the winner of JDM and Islam, but I think he's just, from my perspective anyway, again, it's where the most money is, but I think he should fight the next highest ranked opponent, which is probably going to be Imamov. What's it? RDR, that's it, man. I always get that name wrong, man. RDR. So one or the other, I feel like he should just get a few defenses in, but you know the way he's talking about the money and whatnot, I don't know, I just feel like he's not around for long.
Couple fights.
What do you think, Ari? Who's his next?
I think the big fight is Pereira versus Ankalaev. If Pereira does win,
that's an interesting take.
I would love to see Chimaev versus Pereira. If Pereira wins.
Because obviously he's not gonna
What about if Ankalaev wins? You think you can't see that? You can't
happen?
If Ankalaev does win, didn't he say he would go up to?
He'll move up. Actually, opens up the division.
That's a possibility.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because
that division's weak as well, man.
That
division's very weak. Like I said, Alex and GB's looked a bit fragile recently. Jamal Hill.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It could go up there, you know. It could,
but I just want to say something. I want to see people stop jumping up in weight classes. Just
build some consistency in your weight. Build some consistency in the weight
division. We've seen how the lightweight division is tied up now because Ilya's kind of waiting on Islam's result. He doesn't want to fight Arman. So let's let him cement his middleweight status by beating someone else. It's sad there's no number one contender really because I think Imanov or Burrell are going to fight each other. So he kind of has to wait. But moving on, it's quite hard to say who his next opponent. He didn't even call out a name.
It's a bit early. I think it's probably a bit early, but my gut feeling is it's most likely going to be Imamov. That's what I think. That would be the next kind of smart move. You know, just to beat a few contenders and then ride off into the sunset, man. Enjoy the money, chill in Chechnya and enjoy life, man.
He's still young.
Still relatively young,
Man, but
he's got about 3 more years, I'll say. 2-3 more years.
I don't think he tends to be around. I think you saw the Khabib as well, like at his peak, he wasn't around for long. I think Islam's going to follow suit. I think it's a way for them to get out of probably the kind of hardship they're in, and they're good at what they do. But I don't think the aim is to hang around and it's not something that long, you know, like stretching themselves and damage and whatnot. It's like Khabib, you know, he went out at the top. And that's what I see Khamzat doing something similar. And even Islam on that. But that's for a different day.
Does anyone add anything about Khamzat or DDP before we move on?
I think you just look at Khamzat's run, last 3 fights, and you think, damn, that's the
most dominant one.
He beat Usman, Whittaker, DDP. That's a trio.
And don't forget a bit earlier, but Gilbert Burns as well. The tough fights, man. Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns.
Always get the names wrong, man. Gilbert Burns, like even that fight, I think
that was a solid fight.
He's quite short and dense and explosive. It was a different sort of challenge. I know people were saying it a hard fight, but Gilbert Burns sometimes certain fights can be a bit, stylistic matchups. It can be problematic. Someone's short and dense and explosive, but he's building up an impressive resume, man. If he gets 2 or 3 more names, and he's going down in the history books, man.
The other thing to add in, do you think him at middleweight looks much better than he looked at welterweight because he's not draining himself? Like I feel like he looks very big and strong, and cardio is looking solid.
I think even though he was at welterweight and he's gone up, he still does look kind of big in middleweight. So that means he was extra big in the welterweight.
And he was draining himself.
And he was draining himself. Maybe that affected his cardio because it was like a boot camp for him to just make the weight.
Bro, he's cardio, man. Like I know there's a whole chat about that. His cardio was. Don't get me wrong. I know there was the like people say, I think there's certain positions like in jiu-jitsu whatnot you hold. They don't tie you, man. They just tie the opposition. And that's what he had. Like the positions he had when he's in side control kind of, he had the crucifix position and whatnot. It was just sapping DDP. DDP, you could see the first round he's huffing and puffing. Second round again, and even his strikes and leg kicks were like completely dead. Like the way he was throwing punches and kicks, there was nothing in there anymore because that tank was just getting sapped. And Khamzat looked like he would just relax, man. Yeah. Like better than I've ever seen him. Yeah.
And it's crazy because before it was weird. Like even though he was going for the attack in the previous side, when he was grappling, he was getting tired from his own grappling. He was grappling them, and he was tired. Like even against Usman in the first round. He was out grappling, fighting him, and then he got tired. You're like,
they look fresh.
Now he done 5 rounds of grappling
against
his
champion.
Strongest, toughest, hardest opponent.
DDP's got a weird body shape as well. The dimension is quite wide, it's quite big.
It's like a bowling ball. It's like a bowling ball. Like he could not get that net.
I'll get credit to him as well, man. Like he stayed in there. I know it sounds like but he's like credit to him. Other people would have quit. They would have probably gave their neck a bit. You'll tap me now. And it's too much. But he didn't allow it.
Success right at the end.
I mean, he pushed to the end, man. Like even I know there wasn't much of a threat there, but he tried, man. He tried, and I don't know. That's another. I know we're talking about where Khamzat goes. I don't know where DDP goes. Where does he go?
He's stuck in the middle. Yeah.
Is there Imam off for him? Is there
So I know in that division, Adesanya wants to face Strickland next.
That would be a good fight.
That fight is lined up.
That's good.
Who else?
You can DDP actually take on.
I still fight. What's that name? Always get wrong, man. Dude.
RDR.
RDR versus him would be a good fight, man.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I don't know why. Every time you say David, I just think of Riddler or something, man. I don't know why it comes to my mind. Yeah, but that would be a good fight as well, man. That would be like him versus.
Do that fight. Let them active and let Khamzat maybe take a
maybe fight Imam off. Why not? Why not, man? I think he's active. I think he doesn't need to be that. I think he should start fighting now. Like every 3-4 months. He should fight Abu Dhabi next.
The next fight we should talk about briefly. Pico versus Murphy.
What knockout, man. Crazy.
Let's not forget that's the second fight.
Yeah, the second
knockout. Today's card
was crazy.
It's at 7 a.m. It's nearly 7 a.m.
Wow.
But we are high on adrenaline right now. We're gonna go for a run in a bit. Due to we got a live fan in the building. We're gonna go. But that fight was amazing. And what do you think should be next for Murphy?
I think a title shot. Nothing else. I think we already seen on Twitter. I think Volkanovski's already called him out for a fight in December.
That'd be a crazy fight, December.
I think in December. So that's.
Do you think everyone thinks he should leapfrog Evolov?
Nah,
it's a tough one.
I forgot about that as well. Yeah,
but you have to also understand UFC is a business.
It's the money. It's about the money.
I think Murphy will make more sense from a business perspective because it's a stylistic kind of matchup.
After that knockout as well.
After knockout as well.
He's gonna have to.
What a crazy knockout, man! Like he took the onslaught. There was some good striking exchanges from Aaron Pico. Going to the body, going to the head. I thought this is gonna be an early one, and then he rolled the wave a bit. He stayed in there. Then he started getting some pot shots off and timing him a bit, and then bang!
It's crazy.
Finished him.
We thought the Poitiers knockout was gonna be a knockout of the night. Yeah, it was that one, the Murphy one.
Because while I was watching it, I was next to Ari and I was like, oh. He was getting clipped in his head a bit because he would punch and then he would dive.
Yes, dive and then trying to get touched.
And I was like,
it happened 2 times.
He's susceptible.
That head's gonna get clipped. And then
I think Murphy just stayed in there. He stayed composed. He waited in him.
He's like maybe let me lull him. And then as soon as it done it, Ari looked at me. He was like, "Sam, you called it." Like you called it.
It's like deja vu. It's like you're literally talking 20-30 seconds before and saying, "Look, he keeps leaning forward with his head. He's
like third time lucky.
Maybe I should have betted, but we don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But I think that's all for today's little roundup. I think next time we'll go more in depth and do a full episode. But from me, it's out. Onsight San, Onsight J.
All out.
Peace out, folks.
Peace out.
Onsight
Take care.
Ari. Peace out.